Former President Donald Trump has been using his booking photo in the Georgia election case to boost his 2024 bid. His campaign says it raised over $7 million since the release of the mugshot over the weekend. 2024 candidate Chris Christie criticized Trump because of that fundraising when he was talking to our colleagues at Face the Nation.
Donald Trump promised the country when he ran in 2016 that he would drain the swamp. Really, all he did was rearrange the swamp, rearranged it so that he could make money off of regular voters to pay his own legal fees, to pay $208,000 for his wife's stylist, and to set up a $2 billion grift from the Saudis for his daughter Ivanka and his son-in-law Jared.
CBS News reporter Kara Cordy joins us now. Kara, what does it look like? How has former President Trump been using the mugshot to boost his bid and to fundraise?
Lily, it only seems to be putting more wind in his sails. We confirmed over the weekend that the former president had raised more than $7 million after circulating that mugshot. And I think it's exactly what his base kind of wants from him. He's always been seen as an anti-establishment candidate. And in his eyes, and in his supporters' eyes, this arrest is just another example of Donald Trump, being subjugated to unfair scrutiny by the Washington establishment and elsewhere throughout the country as well.
Kara, you are there in South Carolina, where Senator Tim Scott and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley are both on the campaign trail. What's their pitch?
I'm going to spend some time with Senator Tim Scott tonight. Nikki Haley is here now in Indianland, South Carolina. We're not far from Charlotte, North Carolina. Lilia, this event doesn't start until 2 o'clock, and I was here at noon, and the line was out the door for Ambassador Nikki Haley. So her supporters are here. They were both out in Wisconsin last week, coming back to South Carolina for a little home cooking. When I talk to Haley supporters here in South Carolina, they love her. They think she is going right to the top. They think she has experience as governor and as ambassador to the United Nations, but also a really common thread through Haley supporters, whether you're in Iowa, New Hampshire, or South Carolina, they think Donald Trump has gone too far. The rhetoric, the legal problems, it's all too much. They're ready for someone new, and they think that's Nikki Haley.
And depending who you ask, she also had very impressive debating skills. Also in that debate, somebody who did not do very well was Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. He was supposed to hit the trail there in South Carolina, but of course now he needs to govern in Florida as governor. There's a tropical storm that's going to turn into a hurricane coming. How is he balancing the role of being governor and running for president?
Yeah, the governor had to cancel an event this morning in South Carolina. His wife, Casey DeSantis, is going to stand in for him at an event this evening in South Carolina. I think what's interesting, Lilia, is that when you talk to voters around the country, the reason why they are drawn to governors is because governors are the executives of whatever state they represent. They have a lot of experience. And what's happening right now with Governor DeSantis is that on the same day, he's having to deal with a mass shooting, hate crime, and an impending natural disaster. That's what it's like to be a governor. So even though he's not on the campaign trail, he's still in the national eye, handling both of these major issues. So I think it's an opportunity for DeSantis to show how he leads in his state of Florida.
That's right. Kara Cordy, thank you.